Steve, the show of the weekend, first one you weren't at for many years, and you missed. It was a good show up until the main bout, and the main bout was absolutely cracking. We suspected it was going to be a good fight, but I don't think anyone expected it to be as good as it was, because it was war from round one to when it finished in the 6th round.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I took a day off and went to Wimbledon, which something I've always wanted to do.
Are you a big tennis fan?
I'm not a big tennis fan, but I don't mind tennis. I just felt like Wimbledon is one of those on your bucket list where you must do it, and so I went and enjoyed it. But going back to the show, it's only the second show I missed in 25 years of my own. I think the other one was when I was having the stents put in hospital, so I couldn't make that one either. But listen, great. Well done, Nelson and James and Jed. They pulled it all around, and there was a few hiccups which they dealt with without having to mind for me. So it was good that it happened, and like all I was getting was texts from people who went to the show, and including a lot of my own fighters who went to saying that the fight was one of the best they've seen in the last couple of years. And I watched your recorded version on Sunday, and what a great fight, you know. Two VIP kids against each other, which always gives us good fights, because I've always said if I'm going to put kids together, it's going to be a fair fight. I'm not going to put a one-sided VIP v VIP. And also the added bonus that it was a central area title, which means the world to these kids. And you know, there wasn't much in it, but it was a tremendous punch by Mickey Ellison in the 6th, which was a big uppercut. Changed it, and it hurt Jake, and he never recovered, and he finished it. But you know, fair props to them. They both didn't have to take that. Mickey had moved up to light heavyweight, and to be honest, he looked better at the weight, didn't he? And Jake had only had 7 and 8 fights, and it was a big step up for them.
It was a huge step up for Jake. But Mickey started his career as a light heavyweight, moved down to like super middleweight, and he looked absolutely huge at the weigh-in, you know.
Yeah. Well, listen, well done. Good props to him. And these are the sort of show fights that I want to be putting on. And really, truthfully, the lads and the trainers should want to be in them as well. And you know, next year when we come back, I'm going to try and do more and more of them. I'd like them to be central area title fights, but they've just got to be 6 rounders. They've got to be 6 rounders, and you know, like this one. Mickey Ellison moves forward and might get an English title fight or something like that. I mean, Jake Barton just has to check, that's all, come back, do another 6 round or 8 round, and then, you know, maybe he'll get a rematch with Mickey Ellison, or something else will happen to him. But, you know, if you're going to be in boxing, you're going to be in boxing because you want to win things, and you're only going to win things if you test yourself and come out of your comfort zone. So I understand more than anyone that there's a period of time where you need to be eased into it, but eventually you've got to have these fights.
Yeah, so, no, without a doubt, mate. And,
so going through the rest of the card as well, just go through quickly. Nathan Qualis, he jumped on with 2 weeks ago because he was expecting a big fight for him with that Webster from Geordieland, and he thought that by the time that comes along, he might have been out of the ring too long, so he jumped in. So fair play, Darren Sharp. He's not even the cruiserweight, did he? But he's a tough kid, and he jumped in, and he got four rounds, which will do no harm building up for this Webster fight, which hopefully is going to happen on Sky in September. But if he doesn't, he'll fight on one of our shows. Well, I'm hearing so, but I mean, that fight's good enough to put on anywhere, isn't it? Yeah. Jake Harrison did the last of his 4 rounders, super bantamweight. Again, a fight he was going to win, but you know, tough Russian kid that's took him the distance.
Not little boxer though.
He'll benefit from that, and you know, obviously his fights are going to start getting harder now. Moves up to 6 rounds, and at super bantamweight, you know, it'd be 10th fight where he'd be in titles, so he's halfway there, isn't he? You know? He's that one there. Debutant James Francis, who's Nelson's new signing, you know, he come to the party, sold a lot of tickets, and beat the reliable Jamie Quinn, so well done to James Francis.
He started off pretty slow with that, but finished the fight tremendous. He had Quinny in loads of trouble in that final round. I was quite impressed with him.
Right, well, we're pleased with that one. Connor Goulding, one of Curtis's guys who's not going on the road,
Great
fight
fight.
at all. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's going to be a welterweight, and he ended up finding a super middleweight. He was last minute notice, you know, so it was never going to be an easy one for him. Yeah. And I believe he just about nicked it, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great fight, and perhaps, like you say, bit of a tough fight for your debut, but one that he's going to come out a lot better for.
Yeah. Dexter McCarthy, he fought the reliable Robbie Chapman, who always gives everyone a test, and I believe that was a close fight. Dexter just edged it, but again, he's had his 4-4 round. He's got to move up to the 6 rounders, and opponents he's got to move up in quality as well. So that's fine. Conor Butler ended up fighting John Spencer, who's 3 weights above him, but we just felt that he's going to be in a title fight soon, and after the last performance his defence wasn't as good as I want it to be, and I said, look, you know, before we go in the title, come on, let's get some live experience, and against the bigger kid he had to box smart, and I watched the fight back, he did do, and it gives me the confidence now to say, look, let's go and have a title fight and see how we go. So Butler's moved on. Nathan Bennett, Rustam Fatkulen from Russia, who's a test for anybody. You know, we knew he'd get these 6 rounds out of him.
Passed him with flying colours there, Nathan, because he very rarely takes a backward step unless forced to. And he was on the back foot for the second half of that fight. He didn't want to come anywhere near Nathan Bennett.
Yeah. Well, listen, Nathan's probably had 15 fights now, only lost 3. So he's got to welterweight. He'll have to have a fight. Might be. He fights one of my lads, Jake James or James Moorcroft, you know, they're fights that we can make. Ryan Dickens, I mean, that was a funny one. It was off Friday night, it was off Saturday morning, and it was back on Saturday dinner time, and they fought Saturday night, you know. Couldn't have been good on his head, but you know, at least he fought, and obviously with Josh Cook it was going to be 4 solid rounds again for him, and a points win, which what it was. But he's only young and he needs these fights, right, just to bring his man strength along and his confidence.
But if you move him right, mate, if you move him right, he's got good potential.
Yeah.
He's made hard fights quite easy.
Yeah, and then obviously he didn't fight. Well, just mentioned Ben Burnham. He you know. There's a lot of unlucky people in boxing, but he's top of the list at the moment. I think it's 3 out of 4 where he's been let down with opponents, on the day. He's just not turned up, and then we lost his opponent, woke up ill on Friday, so he had all Friday to get someone. You can't bring anyone abroad from Friday, so from 9 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, so that's 8 hours. I mean, I was driving down to London, I was on the phone 4 hours trying to get someone in, just couldn't get anyone for him, so unfortunately Ben didn't get to fight, you know. And so when he said he was unlucky on Ryan, but Ben had wished that his opponent pulled out and had decided he was fighting and come back, so yeah, gutted for him. But at the end of the day, 10 fight card, they all had good learning experiences, and they all move on for it. So yeah, gutted for Ben, but you know, we got the other 10 out, and they all move forward, don't they? Including Jake, who got beat, because there was no shame in the way he lost.
No, not in the way he fought anyway. It was a magnificent performance from both of them.
Yeah.
Was that he gone through the whole lot?
That's the whole lot done and dusted. Don't mess about me, Lee. Get on with it, mate. Yeah.
Right, well, I know you've got loads in the pipeline. You've just announced a big show in Blackpool.
New start of the season, yeah. Blackpool 10th of September, Bolton the 17th of September, Liverpool 24th of September, and we go on to October, the first TV show, which again we'll do a pop announcement next week on, mate. But some good times, looking forward to the rest, and then boom, we're back in September, mate.
Well, I'm going to come and see you tomorrow, because you're going to run through the line-up for the Bolton show this Saturday.
Alright then, pal.
Alright, mate.
Thank you.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.